Hey, the moment you decide to put your home on the market, it is no longer your home. It's just a business at this point. And that means every dollar that you spend preparing your property to sell has to be accounted for. So a lot of times I run across investors that are doing fix and flips or homeowners that are preparing their home to sell, and they just simply go crazy, like you're doing too much. They start making over what we call over improvements, or you're over improving the property, right? So I have a client, to give you an example, I have a client that has an adjacent lot to his property, and he wants to fence this lot in. The cost to fence this area in is going to be roughly $4,000 to $6,000. Well, the lot itself doesn't have any real value because you can't build a structure on it. You probably can put a shed on it, and that's about it. But it will help the market appeal of the property, but there's no true value. So he calls me back 2 days later and says, okay, I want to list the property for $240 instead of $220. And we can't justify this price. So I'm asking him, well, why do you want to list it $20,000 above the market value in your area? All the comps are between $200,000 and $220,000. He says, well, I just had this fence installed, a $20,000 fence, and it has all the bells and whistles. You pull up, you hit the remote, the gate slides back and everything, right? Well, here's the problem. Nobody in the area cares about that fence, right? Most buyers, although they would be happy to have that fence, but they're not going to pay you $20,000 more for it. Now, it may be one buyer, since we're having like 13 buyers for every house on average. There may be one buyer that may put value on that fence. But here's the thing. I want you to start thinking like the bank. I call this approach the nephew loan. So just picture your nephew came to you and wants to borrow $250,000 to buy a home. And you're looking at all the homes that your nephew is looking at, and all the homes are between $200,000 and $220,000. And then your nephew comes to you and say, okay, I found a home. I want to buy this one property. It's $240,000. And you say, why are you going to pay $240,000 for a home that's in an area where all the comps are 200 to 220? And your nephew says, oh, because it has this fence. You see how that sounds like? If you're thinking like the bank, this will help you. This will help prevent you from making over improvements on properties. I just see this all the time. Like I had a client, home as is, outdated kitchen, $300,000. The price range was between $300,000 and $310,000 with the outdated kitchen. Now, the kitchen wasn't damaged. It was still in good shape. It was just outdated. And looking at the comps that sold with updated kitchens that were probably updated within the past 5 years, most of those homes were selling between $350,000, $360,000, right? So this particular client decided to go out. Not only was she considering getting bids, she got a few bids, but she was considering updating her kitchen and spending $60,000 to $70,000. I told her, you might not get that money back. But here's the thing, what I don't think a lot of people really think about is you're doing extra to get the same result. If you can get $300,000 to $310,000 now versus spending $50,000 or $60,000 to get $350,000 to $360,000, it's the same destination. But what a lot of people don't think about, not only the financial part of it, that's the Obama hand like that when presidents talk like that, but not only are you thinking about, okay, I'm spending this amount and I need to get this amount returned. What a lot of people don't consider is the time. right now, if you're going to get a contractor to do a full kitchen remodel, you're going to be at least 3 to 4 months. You might be waiting on a contractor for a month. A lot can happen in 3 to 4 months waiting for a kitchen upgrade or update, right? When you can get the same result, because the result you want is not just to get the home sold for the highest dollar amount or the highest sales price. The result is to get the highest net in your pocket. So if you can get $300,000 now, or you spend $50,000 plus 4 months of your life trying to update a kitchen and being inconvenienced in your home, and you're going to spend $50,000 to sell the property for $360,000. Now your net is $310,000. You made $10,000, but 4 months of your life. So when people are placing homes on the market, we really have to decide what's required to prepare the home for the market, what's going to add value or market appeal, versus just doing too much. A lot of people are doing too much with these homes. So this is Reginald Perryman with RegiusRealEstate.com.